welcome.
There we are, guys.
Yes.
Yes.
So I made a little new sign up on top. It says Accotero about it.
I
Oh,
love
yes.
that.
Yes. And so it's a little different than Akko Taco about it, where we normally just chat literally for about an hour. So I made a new little sign, Akko Tarot about it. We have a tarot camera. It's hard for me to find where to. We have a tarot camera right here,
Cool.
so
Yes,
everybody
you guys
can
see
see.
that? It works. Erin's a little quiet. Okay, let me turn up Erin a little bit.
Oh yeah, I'll keep talking.
There we
Hey.
go. So now you're at. You guys hear it better now?
So yeah.
Say Erin.
Hello.
Maybe a little bit better. Yeah.
Hello.
Ooh. Here,
Yes.
what I'll do also is maybe I'll turn down the background music as well.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
That way we're hearing the most.
Right.
Out of Erin. Is that better?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
Okay,
I
so
say
now
yes.
Erin's a little loud. Jeez. Okay. Nothing's good enough, eh?
I love it.
Okay, now Erin's a little bit quieter. All right, so that's
Okay.
let me know if that's still a problem. And yes, so I'm going to just quickly move some things around so that the screen seems a little bit more yes, all put together. Yes. Oh, this is so great.
I love it. So yeah, as long as you're holding the microphone, I can hear you better. Unfortunately, like that's annoying for you, and I'm so sorry.
Oh, no, that's totally fine. I forgot.
It's okay. I know. It's obnoxious.
This is totally fine.
Oh, and somebody gifted you a sub too.
Me?
To my
Thanks
channel.
to Erin's channel?
Yes. So thank you
You're the
it was an
coolest.
anonymous
Thank you
gifted
so
sub.
much.
Yes.
That's awesome. Thank you. I'm actually gonna close up on my face a little bit because.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, that's a little better, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here we go. Ah, that's so much better. Okay.
Perfect. And so you're capturing out of Discord, not the stream, right?
Yes, I'm capturing from
Perfect.
Discord, like on OBS. I'm capturing on Discord, so probably
Perfect.
my audio is not super like synced with the video, but that's fine.
No.
Worse things in life, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's like perfect sync, so I'm not even mad.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, so I did tell everybody a little bit about you, this amazing, incredible actor, dancer, singer, just all the things, streamer. And so, yeah. So if y'all have not checked out Malayka, she is streaming right now. You can go follow her. You can stalk her by using command chat in my chat. I think I would just put your website in there so that way people could find you.
Oh, awesome.
Oh no,
if you
it's your Twitch.
Same thing to my dudes. If you wanna follow Erin, if you wanna stalk her, please go on her Twitch. You can command Erin. She's so fluffy. This is a music stream. This is not yet. It will be a music stream. Archaic.
Yes.
And yeah. So Erin, I was just talking to everybody in my chat. I was like, because like I decided to be a little bit cozier today, and then I went on your thing to see what you were up to, and I was like, how did she manage to just look so fabulous? Like she didn't even have to try. When we were sound checking, I was like, sorry, I'm in my Sunday attire, and she's like, me too, I'm just cleaning. I'm like, you literally look like a goddess. Please stop. How do you do that?
Listen, okay, but y'all, nobody saw me that day either. I was in like a big old sweatshirt, like this old sports bra. My hair was dirty. I had not an ounce of makeup on. I had a bandana holding my hair back because I went through my closet for like 3 hours. She
looked great. Listen, she's being modest. I guess it's a witch thing. It's a tarot mistress thing.
Must be.
Oh, horror host Joe, thank you so much. Thank you for joining us today. It's really awesome that you're here.
I love that. This is my first ever co-stream that isn't games.
Same.
So like
same.
Yeah. So this is exciting. Okay, so I want to get into it.
Yeah, let's get into it. Let's do it.
Just so everybody is aware, I did ask Malayka her birthday before we got into this because there were a couple things I wanted to calculate off screen because math is hard, so I didn't want to do it on screen. Yeah. So
math is very difficult.
It really is. In the tarot community, in the tarot universe, they like to calculate what the universal card is, and that just kind of means what the whole universe is thematically following together. And every year it goes up a number. And so I like to kind of explain that a little bit. And in terms of tarot, there are basically 22 like big cards. They're called the major arcana. And I
I've
apologize
heard
if
of
I'm
that before.
mansplaining anything that you already know, but
I know nothing.
okay. It'll make more sense if I explain just the bare minimum at the beginning.
Proceed.
So there's 22 major arcana cards. Those represent big life events like world changing. This is going to change a lot of things moving forward. And then there
Cool.
are whatever math is 78 minus 22. Uh,
Mhm.
whatever the other ones that amount is. Those are called the minor arcana. And those kind of the way they sound, they don't really refer to big life events, but they do affect different suits of your life in terms of emotions or money or your mental
Got
health
it.
or those kind of things. So they're more
Okay.
specific, whereas
Okay.
the major cards are big, not necessarily specific because they're big and they're life changing. So of these cards that are calculated, you only use these major arcana cards. And so
Right. Okay.
the universal card for this year, everybody, this is everybody's universal card in the chat. I'm talking about every single person here in the world. It is the
Ooh.
Chariot this year. And that
The Chariot.
means success, forward motion. That means everything's moving fast, everything's moving forward. And that is what this year in general for the whole universe is. And honestly, I feel like that checks out. Like,
Okay, so in general, we're all gonna crush it at life this year. Just letting you guys know, okay?
yes,
You heard it from Erin. We are all crushing it. We're all succeeding.
yes,
We're all gonna prosper this year,
yes,
okay?
yes.
You heard it from the tarot mistress herself.
And so that is, and yes, stackers, that is the Cancer card. So not every single major arcana card has an association with a zodiac, but because there's what, 12 zodiac signs. So only
Yeah.
12 of them have an association, but the Chariot is associated with the Cancer zodiac card. And that is a water sign. And so all of the things that come along with success and forward motion, this could also be an emotional year for people because that is attached to the Chariot card. So just saying, it could be emotional. I think
So
it's going to be
success
very
is
good
attached to emotion, or is it specifically just the
in
Chariot card?
this card specifically. So I think that it could be a very big year. It could be very fast moving. It could be very successful, very
Yes.
victorious. But it
Yes.
could also be very, very emotional. So
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of where that card is going. And then these are the
Got it.
ones that I needed to calculate for you specifically. So
Okay.
you are a Gemini, which
Yes.
means you are an air sign. And that usually has to do with mental health, communication. Uh, your face was like, I don't know about that.
No, it's like yes, it's about mental health. Yes, please.
And for y'all who don't know, so I actually connected with Malayka on an app called CoStar. So we went real deep here. I could look at our compatibility, everything like that. And her sun sign and her moon sign are air signs. And so your outer facade and your inner self are both all about mental health, all about communication. And that's probably why we immediately get along so well.
Yes, I was gonna say co-stars probably saying like y'all should get married or something. Like, that's probably
Probably.
what co-stars, you know, or y'all should
uh,
like put a business together. I don't know.
yeah.
Co-stars probably like you're just soulmates in some form or something.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised by this. And so that is just your card based on your sign. So one of the ones I had to
Yeah.
calculate for you, this is a more specific card related to you. And all it is your birthday, every single number added individually. And then you keep adding every single number individually till you get a card, a number that's less than 22 to
Like
go along with one of
oh, a
the
number
major
that's less than
cards.
22. Got it.
Yes.
Okay.
And so your birth card is actually, this is very interesting to me. It is the Emperor. So
Ooh.
the Emperor is like divine masculine, like the divine representation of structure and stability.
But I don't have any of that.
But that's what you're destined to have. That is your birth card.
Wow, guys, I'm gonna be an emperor. I'm gonna have stability. This honestly, I swear, I talk about this on stream all the time. How terrified I am that like I'm not gonna have like a steady, just anything really in life, income,
Yeah.
relationship, you know, anything. And so it's nice to know that that's my destiny at some point. You know, I don't mind that it happens late. I just want to know that it's happening at
Honestly,
some point.
I feel that. I don't mind that it happens a little later than I wanted it to. I don't mind. It's
I
fine.
don't mind. I just want to know what's coming. You know
And
what I'm
I will show all these cards as well, but I didn't shuffle them out because I'm going to be shuffling the cards for your reading. So I will eventually, once we're done with the reading, I'll pull these out and show you guys.
saying? Got it. Okay, so can we just Sorry. One of my chatters was like, "Stable Malayka is a myth." I feel called out.
Oh no.
I feel called out. Okay, thank you, Muhammad. He just knows me too well. We don't want our guests to
But
know,
here's
okay? As
but
far as they know, we're normal.
but but here's the thing about that is so the emperor is attached to Aries in zodiac. That's
Mm.
a fire sign. So fire
Oh,
signs are typically all about their passion projects. So
yeah.
this is in terms it is a major arcana card, so obviously it's meant to be all encompassing, but also keep in the back of your mind that it is about your passion. So stability
Mm-hmm.
in that passion. And I think
Oh,
and see,
wow.
I don't want to know anymore about you've already told me a little bit about what's going on this year. I don't want to know more because I want to see how
Yeah.
the cards fall. But
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah,
keep that
exactly. I
in
don't want to
mind.
like overwhelm you with information. Yeah.
And then, believe it or not, there's one more. There's actually two more of these cards that I calculated out. So then,
Cool.
on top of
This
all
is
of
so
these
fun.
cards,
Yeah.
and then I was like, oh, it'll take 30, 40 minutes. Man, I've already been at this for like 20 minutes and I haven't even done.
Yeah, we haven't even got started.
I'm going to try to keep it at an hour total. That's my goal. Um, is Pokemon based on tarot, fire signs, water signs? You know, it might be.
I
Um,
wouldn't be surprised.
yeah. And so now you have personal year cards. This is just going to be
Yes.
2023. So
Mm-hmm.
again, it's the same thing. You take your birthday and then you add it together with the year itself, so 2023, and you take those down, you keep adding them over and over again until you get under 22. But for
Mm-hmm.
you, I came to one under 22 that was I have actually two because one of them was 15 and one of them was 6. So the cool part is the first one is 15. That is the devil
Mm-hmm.
card. But here's the thing. It's a great card. It's the Capricorn card. It's my card. It's one of my favorites.
Okay.
Um
Okay. Well,
it's
if
one
it's
of my
Aaron's
favorites.
card.
And here's why. Here's why. Because everybody's like, "Oh no, the devil card's bad." No. It's actually very good. It does represent addiction sometimes and having an addictive person. Nope. And then somebody had to throw a goat at me for the Capricorn. Totally appropriate. Thank you. Thank you for the goat. But it can mean addiction. That's not a good thing. That's one of the only representations of it that's not good. The rest of them
Okay.
are more like illusion and the idea in your head that you're bound to something and you have to basically to understand and tell yourself that you're not, that you can overcome what you think you're bound to.
Hmm.
And for me that's really like really really super important because I'm always thinking like, oh no, I set myself to this routine, I can't break that routine, and I'm like, literally no, I'm in control.
Yeah, yeah, that happens to me all the time. I create routines to make myself feel safe because I don't trust my own instincts sometimes. I don't trust my instincts to just do the
Yeah.
right thing. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to manufacture an environment where I'm doing the right thing so I don't give myself the option to fuck up pretty much. But
Yeah.
then you get trapped in that routine for sure.
Yeah. And that's what this card is all about, is finding the playfulness and the fun and taking chances and taking risks, but not forgetting. I guess forget's not a great word for that, but remembering that you
Mhm.
are not trapped. You trapped yourself.
Yeah.
And I
Wow.
have to tell myself that all the time. I literally put a goat on my chest to like remind myself of this card. I'm not even
I
joking.
love that.
Um Ern's design team is fire. It's me. I'm the design team.
Erin is the design team.
Although it was Trisha's idea to turn her camera and make it a tarot card cam. So that was
Yeah.
Trisha's idea. Um and then also what's funny is because you're a Gemini, your card is the Lovers.
Yes.
And in general, what's crazy is that this is going to be outside of what you've already told me. This year is going to be very synchronous for you, I think, because
Synchronous.
yes, synchronous means
Ooh.
like things are falling in line because your tarot card, like based on just Gemini alone, not the birth card, that was more specific.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
that was more really super based on exactly when you were born. But for Geminis in general, it is the Lovers card, and that means not literally always romantic lovers, but partnership and balance also. And like I said, that you have two personal year cards, the Devil, and then
Mhm.
the Lovers is the other one. So
Oh, interesting.
so that's where that synchronicity comes in, is that not only
Mhm.
are you a Gemini, that is your Gemini card, but it also came up for the year. So I do think it's going to be pretty synchronous. I think things are going to fall into place. Um
Guys, do you hear that?
And I
It's
hope
all
that
gonna work out.
I hope that this is what the 12 cards say right now.
I hope so too.
And so you can only see, I'll just pull one off the top. You can only see one
That's
card
right,
at a
Kayla. You're
time.
absolutely right.
So you can only see one card at a time. So what I'm going to
Ooh,
do is I'm going to put all 12 cards next to me on my little table, and then we're going to go month by month.
got it. Okay.
So,
Oh, cool. This is like gonna be right, 'cause it's a 12-month thing. Yo, this is so cool.
yes. Oh, thank you for the follow. Oracle of the Kate. So I'm going to
Oracle of the K, give her a follow. Yeah.
thank you. I am going to shuffle these bad boys. So what I need
Okay.
you, Malayka, to do
Yes,
is
ma'am.
try to clear your mind
Okay.
and try to, and again, I don't know anything about your spirituality. If you're religious, I don't know anything like that. So if
Yeah.
you are spiritual, religious, however word you would like to, identify with, really start trying to connect to that. Really try to leave behind any worry. I know that's hard when you're sitting in front of a stream and a bunch of stuff that you got to worry about, but do your best to kind of connect with that inner being, that higher self, that higher being, again, whatever verbiage it is that
Okay.
you're comfortable with. Um,
Okay.
and I'm going to shuffle. And
Okay, guys, I'm doing a live meditation. This is the first live meditation.
pretty much. Um,
Hmm.
and to the chats too. Y'all try to kind of clear your mind as well if you're not lurking and working, and you're here present for the reading. What I learned in my tarot classes is that, just because you're digital doesn't mean that you can't affect the reading. And we're sitting in class with 20 people and we all start pulling the same cards. It's crazy. So y'all in the chat affect that too. So if you want to be a part of the reading and you want to give that energy to the reading, feel free to do the same. And I'm going to stay silent for a few seconds here because I like to really, really put a lot of energy into it. You'll hear me shuffling. So I'm going to give it a few seconds here. I apologize for the radio silence, but I'm going to do exactly what Malayka is doing. I'm going to try to disconnect from all this technology in front of me and really connect to everything. The shuffling ASMR, yes. And for the people in my chat, there will be an ad in about 45 seconds, maybe a minute from now. So beware of the volume for those of you who are not subbed to this channel. So much shuffling. Hope you guys like the ASMR of the shuffling. All right. Malayka, how you feeling?
Good.
Good.
Chill. How you doing, Alfred? Good to see you. Everybody lurking, just want to say hi to you, and I hope you're having a lovely, lovely day. And thank you for being here. I try to always thank our lurkers because
yes,
we have quite a few of them.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like I can never shuffle enough. What?
Pardon? What did you say?
I said I feel like I can never shuffle enough. Like it just
I know
feels
what you mean.
it's just really therapeutic, honestly.
I was just about to say there's something very calming about
Yes.
shuffling cards.
And so
What's up, guy?
it's so funny because in the tarot class I've been in now for almost 2 years, which is crazy. I can't even believe that. It's been about a year and a half actually.
Oh wow.
They
So
always
you're taking classes.
Yeah, so it's only once a month. And it's like
Cool.
it's like this little magic shop does it digitally. And yeah, it's
That's so
pretty cool.
nice.
Yeah. Um And they always say, like, there's no wrong way to shuffle. It's all about your intention. So I literally just sit here. That's why I said try to connect outside of
Mhm.
everything crazy going on in your life. And
Yeah.
I've been in like kind of meditating on what does Malayka need to know about this year? What
Mhm.
kind of actions can she take to kind of put everything in motion? Those kind of
Mhm.
questions.
Cool.
And I just never feel ready. I'm always like, oh, when do I stop
Yeah, I know
shuffling?
what you mean.
Okay, okay. I'm gonna stop shuffling now. Finally.
Right.
Okay, so I'm gonna go one card at a time. I'm gonna jot them down too as I go. But we'll take it one at a time.
Exciting.
All right. So the January card. Ooh, the January card. This is also an adorable card. Is
Mhm.
the Ten of Wands.
Mhm. Oh, look at the kitty.
Did I do it? Yeah, so there's a lot of cats in this deck. I actually bought this deck because of the Devil card because it's
Because of,
cats.
oh, I thought you were gonna say because of all the cats.
Well, that yes, but because the Devil card is a cat. Um,
Right.
so the Ten of Wands. So in the Minor Arcana, this is a Minor Arcana card. This represents fire, because
Mhm.
wands equal fire, and so this is like the end of a journey in terms of passion. Because
Oh.
tens. So my guess is that there's some stuff wrapping up this month,
Mhm.
that you've been working very long and hard on.
Mhm.
And then I actually keep this cheat sheet here with me so that way
Mhm.
in like a lot of these cards I know by heart, but I also sometimes don't think of every single thing that goes along with
Yeah,
them.
yeah,
So I like to
yeah.
have
And also,
like
it's a lot of freaking cards.
it's a lot
So
of cards.
it'll take years to
Yeah.
memorize all of them.
Yes. Jen, thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate you. Jen is a fellow, my BFF and a fellow tarot reader as well.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah, she's actually the reason
Thank
I got
you.
into tarot.
Oh, that's so cool.
hmm I'd always been into the idea, but she had told me about her reader and that there were
Mhm.
classes, and I was like, okay, I'm sold.
I think this is a fantastic skill to have, honestly.
It's interesting, I'll say that.
Mhm.
um,
Have you, just
so
out of curiosity, have you done it for yourself?
I have
So you
many times.
can do a tarot reading for yourself.
Absolutely. And it's
Mhm.
easier to just do really specific questions, honestly.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
if you don't do specific questions, you're just going to try to read into something and you're like, well, that doesn't answer the question. If
Hmm.
whereas for other people, I don't like to do super specific. I like to go bolder and then kind of slowly funnel down into the smaller, questions, like the more specific questions. But for myself, I'll be out here like, okay, what do I got to do in the next 2 days to make this shit better? Like,
Got it. Okay. I mean, that's really nice. It's nice, way to guide your life.
I try. But sometimes it
I
just
love that.
tells you what you need to hear, honestly.
Totally.
Sometimes the cards are like, you're not resting enough. Rest.
Yeah, and you're like, I knew that because I have bags under my eyes, but thank you for confirming.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so the ten of wands does represent that fire energy. Things are kind of wrapping up, but it can also represent the feeling of you have created such a situation that it's all now falling on you, and it's extra
Mhm.
heaviness in terms of responsibilities. Uh,
Yeah.
and again, this is all relating back to your passion. I don't know if you would consider your passion music or if there is something other than that, like there is a hobby that isn't your career. Um,
Yeah.
but honestly, what I'm feeling like it is talking about your career, to be honest with
I
you.
think it is. Yeah, I think it is music for sure. Yo,
Yeah,
thank you so much for the follow, Joey. There's no good place to put the alert box. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to
I know.
yeah, it's just like dancing over my face, but it's
hmm
fine.
So I got to
Blessings.
remember to jot these down too, because I'm going to move it out of the thing. This is hard. The thing right
Uh-huh.
here. Oh, I hit. It's fine. I'm going to move it out of there, and I'm just going to like keep track of which ones are which. So that's
Right on.
January's card. A lot of fire.
Cool.
It's feeling like this January might be a little heavy for you. That's kind of
It's been a really difficult month if I'm being honest. Yeah.
yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that
No, that's
it
okay. I think
totally outed
it's
your
difficult and
yeah.
sorry?
I said I'm sorry that it totally outed that for you.
Yeah, no, that's okay. No, I mean my avocados know it's been a tough month. Like it feels like a transition between things
hmm
and like the in between always feels like this like empty void of nothingness because because the tangible thing is like behind you and then the next tangible thing is in front of you and so
Yeah.
now you're just
In like
where are you?
a
I
waiting. Yeah.
feel that. Yeah.
Yeah. That
But
totally
that's
checks
good
out.
to know. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna move on to February.
February.
February. Oh, it's another wand card. It's the Two of Wands,
Okay.
which makes a lot of sense based on what you're telling me. Oh, Trish is going to be my card technician. She's going to put it in front of the camera for me. That's up.
Thank you,
Never mind.
Trish.
It's not upside down. Okay, so for whatever. No, it is upside down. Sorry. I'm like, wait, it's not upside down. Yes, it
I
is.
did it how you handed
Oh,
it
those
to
are
me.
birdies.
Yes. So this one, I love this deck. This is called the Hush Tarot deck, by the way. If anybody's
Okay.
looking for it, it's on Etsy, I think.
Cool.
Yeah. And so this one, twos in tarot always represent choices. They always represent balance. And so this one specifically, again, is fire. It's that same energy. I think personally, this is still talking about your music, or in general, however you kind of frame your music and acting and all of that, together. But it does. It literally means choices. But this one also, because it's career based in terms of this conversation, it also means taking the first steps and planning. So I am not surprised to pull this card up.
Me neither.
Especially after the first one that I chose, all that heaviness, and you're kind of in this place of burden. But next month, that's oh, you okay over there? Okay, she's just dropping stuff. I love this card because it's sitting on a broken compass. And you just said that you're feeling a little lost right now and in between things. And then I pulled a card where this bird is literally balancing on a broken compass.
Yeah.
Or one of those directional things. What do you call that? I guess it's not a compass, but you know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking
call
about.
that? Somebody will
Yeah,
know.
it's like where it moves with the wind, right?
Yes.
Or no?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know what that's called, but does anybody in chat know what that's called? Where it's a thing, it's not a compass, but it's a thing that moves wherever the wind is blowing. It's usually in farms.
A weather vane. Yes. Thank you. A weather vane.
A weather vane.
And so I think that's so representative of what you literally just said. Like you were like, I'm in the middle. I'm about to have to make a bunch of changes and a bunch of stuff is coming, but you're kind of in that stagnant energy right now. Well, next month is where the action begins. So
yeah, totally.
Yep. And
cool. Oh man, that's exciting.
It is. It's very exciting. So I'm going to move to the next one.
Next card. Let's go to March, guys.
February.
March.
Yes, we're in March. Oh, okay. March is the Four of Pentacles. Another 4 card.
Okay.
Hold on a sec. I'm going to write them down before I forget what they are. And I pulled. So I'm going to try to hand it to Trish the right side up because I realized
I'm going to write these down too.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. And I can type it all up for you later too. I'm not really.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I can absolutely type it up for you later. So this is the Four of Pentacles. So here's the thing is I pulled this reversed, which doesn't always like reversals can sometimes freak people out. They're like, wait, is that bad? Like it's not a really a good or bad thing. All it means is that it's like a lesser, for me, it feels sometimes like the lesser version of the card. And so fours in tarot usually represent stability. Like I said, remember the Emperor came up, stability is right here. Pentacles represents your things and your money.
Like material things.
Yes.
Got it.
Exactly. And so this is an earth element. And so it's very all about grounding. And what I love about this card is it's hard because if you look at it closely, there is actually a physical heart buried underneath this bird.
Oh, I see it.
And
you guys see the heart?
There is a literal heart that this bird is protecting, because this card also can mean like being insecure and not taking enough risks because you're hoarding, because you're concerned about the stability.
Yeah.
And isn't that kind of wild? Again, we just talked about that. And so March is going to be, I think, it's going to be you facing some, maybe like the decisions, obviously the planning that is from February. I think March is going to make you choose between maybe your mental health and maybe like your physical things, like, oh boy, like here we go. I just have to put all of my faith into the universe. Like,
yeah. It's sounding like March might be like a materially like challenging month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm also gonna take a look at something else. It also can mean in terms of like, because reversals are tricky. Every card reader reads reversals differently, is what I've learned.
Got it.
So I have to just go on what my instincts feel like. Whereas, some people read it like exactly to the book. Like, nope, this is what a
Got it.
reversal
Yeah, yeah.
means. But for me, after
Mhm.
doing this for a couple of years, I feel like I can trust my gut a little bit more.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas in the beginning, you do really just have to go on the book and then
Mhm.
but I'm to the point where I try to trust my gut. And for me, this reversal feels like it's going to be like imbalanced, that you're going to have to take extra risks. It's not that you're going to be not stable, it's that you're going to have to make some choices that might kind of throw everything up into the air.
Got
Does
it.
that make sense?
Mhm. Mhm.
That's where I'm feeling on that one. Okay,
Got it.
let me jot that one down. Okay. Let's move to April.
April, guys. Hello, Kaka.
Ooh,
So
oh,
we're on to April now.
yes, we are. Okay, so you're going to love this. You're going to love this. This is one of my favorite cards in the deck. It is the Empress.
Cool.
It is a major arcana. So this is one of those ones that is big, big life things. Okay.
Okay, cool. She looks
So
badass. as fuck.
she is a fucking badass. She is literally the divine feminine, the same way the Emperor is like the divine masculine. She is this, that is the card right before the Emperor.
Yeah.
And so she is the divine feminine version of that. Now, commonly, this card refers to motherhood, but it can also mean creation in general. Does that make sense?
Uh-huh. Yes,
Because
totally, totally.
because traditionally it's like you're gonna have a baby, and I'm like, no, that's not always what it means. Um, it can mean
Malayka ain't trying to make people yet, guys. Not
no,
yet.
not yet. And that's okay. This is I don't want you to freak out. This card is not you're going to have a baby in April. It's not that. You would know that already, I think. Um
Yeah.
yeah, maybe. So it can be more about creation and manifestation. One of the other words that I love about this one, that especially when it comes up for people that I know love music, it can also mean harmony.
Oh, I
Um
love that.
and so again, I know a couple things that are going to be happening this year. You did not tell me a time frame, but April is the biggest big change here. So this is going to be, again, it might not be the thing that you told me about, but it is going to be the thing that propels you forward. Does that make sense?
Ooh, that's nice. Guys, we're getting propelled forward in April. Okay, I know you guys want baby Malaykas, but we're going to have to wait a couple years for that, okay? Let's just make some money first. Let's win some Oscars first.
Yes, I like how your brain works. We got to get an EGOT in this bitch first, okay?
Yeah, we gotta get an EGOT in this bitch, okay?
Yeah.
EGOT, and then so I can, have toys for my babies will play with all the awards. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yeah, it's fine. They're safe.
Total choking hazard.
Yeah. They're like 20 pounds.
Mhm.
And we
Cool,
both
I
had
like
to
that.
hydrate
April's
at the
gonna be a
same
good
time
month,
too.
guys.
Yes. So April again. And at the end of this, I do want to know a little bit more about when your timeline looks like, but I don't want to know. I don't want to know now.
Cool.
But yeah, again, April is going to be a big shift. A big shift that's going to change everything moving forward. And again, creation, spirituality, harmony, all the things that need to happen are going to happen at some point in April.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah. Okay.
I dig it.
Good. Okay, so moving on to May.
On to May, my friends.
So May, again, this is a card that's scary. Okay, I don't want you to take it as a scary thing.
Okay.
Oh Jesus! Oh, that scared the crap out of me. Welcome, V. Welcome in. Thank you so much for
Stop
your raid.
scaring the tarot mistress. You're throwing her off her game.
Thank you, B. I should have turned my alert box off. Actually, come to think of it, I should have muted the alert box. But I didn't even think about it. Welcome in, Raiders. We're doing a live tarot reading right now, so come join the magical, mystical. As Malayka called me today, the tarot mistress.
Tarot mistress.
Yes. So welcome in. I appreciate your raid. Thank you so much. And if you got a raid and run, understandable. If you're lurking, thank you for your lurk. I appreciate every single one of you.
Ooh,
Yes.
Kayla, if you're looking to be curious, sorry, if
You're okay.
if you're curious about tarot readings, Erin, I just talk to Erin. Erin does them.
I'm here.
Erin does the things.
And they don't have to be live.
One of, pardon?
And just to anybody who's wondering, they don't have to be live. This is the
Yeah,
first time that I've ever done one in the room with the person. So yeah, I usually do the reading, write it all down, make notes, and then make like a 20-minute video and like just send it to them and with pictures of the cards so that way they can do it
that's
at their
nice.
leisure. Um,
Mm.
but I may be opening up to doing like, Zoom calls, whatever, stuff like that.
Thank you for the follow, stackers.
And thank you for the follow, Kayla. I appreciate you. And Ken, thank you for the gifted sub as well. I appreciate you. Okay, so April, May. So May, I chose the death card. But here's the thing. Death in tarot does not mean literal death. It means transition. And actually in many, many decks, the death card is actually called the transition card or the transformation card. Because people don't like the word death. It's scary, but it doesn't really mean literal death. It means that a door is closing and that another one is opening.
Okay.
This is also fun fact. Your rising sign is Scorpio. This is the Scorpio card.
Okay.
So this is
So
in
what
your
does that all
chart.
mean?
It means, so your rising card, you have three. Have you ever heard of like when people talk about their astrology, their big three?
No.
Okay, now you're going to come across it because we're talking about it. You're
it.
going to see it more often now. So your big
I
three, your
think so.
sun sign, your moon sign, and your rising sign.
Okay.
So the sun is the one that most people just like, I'm a blah, blah, blah. That's your sun sign. That is the facade. That is what everybody sees.
I see.
Yeah.
The thing that you perform to people.
Yes, exactly. And it's very commonly just how you are perceived and how you present, just physically. And then your moon sign is quite the opposite of that. It's what's going on inside of you. And so what's great is that you are a Gemini in and out. So that's not terribly common.
My sun and moon?
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. I'm not lying, guys. I'm presenting my authentic self to you. See, no lie. No lie. Because I can't keep a straight face. I can't fool nobody.
That's funny. I love it. I love it. It's because they're the same face, literally.
Same face.
Yeah. And then so you're
Hardly
rising.
Open surgically, you will find another floofy-haired Malayka inside my body.
I love that. I love that.
According to the tarot cards.
Mine are actually like opposites, which is kind of funny.
No.
Yeah. And so your rising card. Okay. So that, first of all, your rising is Scorpio. That is a water sign, which means emotions. It means that even though your sun and your moon are both air signs, you don't disregard your emotions. It might take you longer to talk about them and to process them, but they're there. It's just kind of the thing that is in the back of your mind. This underlying thing that's in the back of your mind, like you don't process emotions first and foremost. It's the thing that's back further, because it's your rising sign. And what I love about choosing that for one of your cards as well. What is this? May? I only wrote the numbers down. I'm like, what is 5? May? So like I said, it is literally the death card, but again, it means transition. I did pull it reversed. So it can mean literal transition either way. Either way it means transition, but I think that it's going to be for the better. Sometimes these transitions aren't necessarily for the better. But I think that this one in particular, because of the month before it, like it's telling a story. Big things are happening before it with creativity, spirituality. And then guess what? The next month is like, bam, this big transformation. Yeah. So even though I pulled it reversed, I think for me that feels more like this is a long time coming. Yeah. And it's going to be a long process. It's not going to just be, oh, May's over. The transition is over. Does that make sense?
Totally makes sense.
Even though it is the May card, or I think I said April. It's the May card. Sorry. Even though May end, this is going to be long time. Not. Yeah, it's going to keep going. This is just going to be there.
With me for this ride. I don't care what you say. You are stuck with me.
It's funny. Also, though, I do want to mention, because again, I like to just go with my gut, my intuition on these things, but I also use my cheat sheet to see if I missed anything that might be important. And I do think it's notable. It is notable that I want to say in the reversals for this one, it does mention fear of that moving forward because of the
Mm.
reversal. So I think that all you can really do is move forward and just try to get past it. Just jump. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Try not to let
Yeah.
the
Just
fear
yeah.
paralyze you. If that is
Yeah.
something that you fall into.
Yeah.
Cuz
Fear
I
does
don't know.
paralyze me sometimes. I'm sure you guys experience the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Whenever I look to my left, it's because I'm talking to chat.
Oh, I assumed because I could see before you zoomed in, I could see that you had a device there.
Yes. Yes.
I cheated. I knew.
You knew. Well, you're a tarot mistress, so you things that other people
Right.
don't.
Just no, I didn't know that. I just knew with my third eye
That's right.
right there. Um
Cool. So that's May.
yes, so that is May. I want to move on. Oh, I did write it down. Okay. Okay, June. Ooh. Okay. This is good though. This is very good.
This is very good.
It is
June's good, guys.
it is another 2. It is the 2 of Pentacles.
Beautiful.
So here, more birds.
Bird.
Yes, more birdies. So I love this because like one of the birds is like carrying like keys in its mouth.
Oh, I
Um,
see that.
yeah, and there's 2 that can also, and I think I pulled a 2. Yes, I did pull a 2 earlier. So 2s always refer to choices. They always refer to balance. In
Mhm.
this case, it is about money. It is about your things because it's pentacles and that's earth. And so again, I think that these couple of months are going to be wild. I don't think I'm
Mm.
telling you anything you don't already know, to be honest.
No, I'm assuming so, but please say more.
Say less. Uh, and so obviously we're coming out of May, big transition. It's going to continue to transform. It's not just going to be
Mhm.
that 1 month. So the next
Mhm.
month, June, is another 2 month, and it's going
Mhm.
to be choices. You're going to have to make these hard choices that I think came up earlier in the year when we were talking about the 4 of Pentacles and how you're going to have to throw some stuff up in the air. You're going to have to
Yeah.
trust that your stability is
Big
going to
commit.
happen.
Yeah.
That 2 of Pentacles is more pentacles coming back to haunt you
Yeah. Ooh,
in
cool.
June.
I love a good haunt.
Yes, you love a good pentacle haunting. Um
Love a good.
whatever that means.
Yeah.
Uh and so your things and money, your earthly belongings, the material stuff. That is what you're going to have to make a choice about unfortunately in June. So you're going to be
Mhm.
dealing with all this transformative stuff and then as transformations do, you're going to have to choose a path and try to figure out how to get through that.
Okay.
The 2 of Pentacles can also mean being resourceful. That's something
Mhm.
specifically. And I kind of I love the idea of birds being in this deck because they're resourceful with how they build their nest. Like,
Yeah, I love that.
and it's literally an earth card that has to do. Earth cards typically also have to do with your foundations, aka your home.
Oh.
Your house can literally be, and not literally a house, like I live in a condo, so call it what it is, you
Yeah.
know. But
Yeah.
your home can have a lot to do with this as well. And building that resourcefulness and being resourceful and thinking outside the box. So
Wow, that's very very interesting.
that's a big one.
Mhm.
Twos are always choices and balance. So again, I will type all this out for you after the stream.
Yes,
So you don't have
please.
to
Oh my God.
remember it
Yes,
all.
please.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Yes. So that was June. So let's go on to
Mhm.
July.
Cool.
Ooh, July is a sword card. We haven't chosen any sword cards yet. We chose the 10 of swords.
Swords, guys, swords.
So swords are the air. Like you are literally Gemini, air, sun, and air moon. And I think it's really interesting that we only now have chosen an air card. I thought for sure we'd get more, but we just have not
Uh-huh.
chosen a whole lot of air cards.
Yeah,
Swords
that's
are
interesting.
ultra cool. Um,
Mhm.
where am I looking? Okay, so I'm gonna try to move this guy out.
Mhm.
So I think
I'm
honestly,
talking about my mod swords, guys. Sorry, go
yes,
on.
yes. These are the mods.
Yeah.
So the 10 of Swords. Here's the thing about this. Um, that grenade, yes. Um,
Mhm.
I'm actually wearing pink. It's actually pink. I don't know. It's just my saturation is really
Looks
high
red
today.
from here.
Yeah, a lot of people have said red. I think my saturation is up too high. Whoops. It's actually pink. It's pink and like tan. So anyway, the 10 of Swords. For me, this is misleading because I think this is a really beautiful card.
Mm-hmm.
Traditionally, this card is a very negative card. Again,
Mm-hmm.
tens represent the end of a journey. This
Mm-hmm.
card, like I said, it quite literally means defeat and failure.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're at the end of this journey and it's just it's too much and I'm done and I'm putting down the sword kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but here's the thing is that this deck, I've been using this deck for a really long time, and this card when it comes up, I don't I don't inherently feel that when it comes up. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
it's the end of a journey and you might be defeated, but look at all the growth that's coming from that.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
I just don't agree with the traditional sense of this card. Um
It's also like, there are going to be like dips in the year. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not
yes.
like, I mean, obviously hearing that makes me like a little scared, but it's not like
Yeah.
I'm saying like, oh, I want every card to be a good thing. It's like, yeah, maybe this is for June, right?
July.
July. Yeah, maybe July is gonna
Mm,
be
February, March.
a tough one. You know,
Yeah.
who knows?
And
Fernando, thank you so much for those beats.
the biatch. Um
Yeah,
not too dissimilar from biatch, but biatch. It's
yeah,
close.
but they're beats.
Yeah.
They're like a PG biatch.
Yes. I love it. Oh yeah, and Kate said in the chat, the exhaustion. That's definitely one that comes up with this a lot as
I
well. And thank you for the
Yeah,
follow, Drowsy Cows. I appreciate you. Um, but yeah,
100%.
this one has a lot of negative association. And while I do agree that it looks like she's tired and defeated,
Mhm.
I see the growth as the bigger part of this card. So
Mhm.
even though July, you might be in a position where you're just like, oh, I got to take a break. The first six
Yeah.
months were hard as hell, but
Mhm.
I think that the growth that's going to come of that is what is important out of this. I think July you might be feeling a little low, but not for. I don't think it's going to be like some terrible thing that's happening. I think it's just going to be a really exhausting 6 months. Like
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
I don't feel it any
Damn,
sort of
guys.
way.
It's coming.
It's coming.
Stuck with
Um,
me still.
so yes, that was July, and again, it's an air card. It's the first air card we pulled, which again, I'm really surprised. But that
Mhm.
just means that you've done a lot of mental health work on yourself, and that is kind
Mhm.
of the back burner of this coming year. That's what that says to
Yeah.
me. Now watch, I'm gonna
Cool.
pull 5 more air cards.
Yeah, like the rest of the year is all gonna be air cards.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, I lost my deck for a second. I'm like, where did I do? Okay, so we're gonna move July, August. This is gonna be the August
August. We're in
card.
the 8th month, guys.
All right, this is a good one. This is the King of Cups.
Mhm.
So again,
I'm
King,
familiar with that card.
are you? Wait, did you say
I
you
am.
are unfamiliar or familiar?
I like I've gotten him. I think before. Like I don't know, but I know that the King of Cups exists.
That's fair. That you know what? That's more than a lot of people. So,
Mhm.
so this is a court card, um, and they almost always represent people coming in your
Mhm.
life or they're already in your life. And so in August, my guess is, and for me, not just because it's the king, it's the top card in every suit, but for me, this feels like an elder is going to be coming into your life or playing a bigger part in your life. Somebody
Mhm.
who's really in touch with their emotions. They might not be a man. I like to go with
Mhm.
somebody with masculine energy because
Got it.
there's plenty of people in our lives who exude, opposite energy of what gender they may or may not identify with. Um,
Yeah.
so for me, that's what this says is that somebody is going to play a big role in your life in August.
Mhm.
And they are very in touch with their emotions. What else comes up with this one? I'm lost.
Hi, Valiant.
Oh, that's why. Um, Oh, okay. I like some of the words that come up with this. So I think that this is also telling us a bit of a story here because the month prior to this is Ten of Swords. You're feeling down, but you are also growing and learning a lot
Mhm.
from this. And one
Mhm.
of the words that comes up with this, 2 words, are advisor or counselor. So
Mhm.
I'm not going to take that in like the academia type of way. But there is going to be, I think, an elder in your life that you might not be related to them because I think elder might imply that you're related.
Yeah.
But an older, more wise masculine person who is very in touch with their emotions, who they're going to be in your life for that month. Something's going to happen and they're going to help you through. They're going to help push you through the rest of the year.
That's great.
Yeah. And that's what
That sounds positive. That's gonna honestly we're gonna need that after the month of exhaustion, all right?
yes, yes, absolutely. Somebody to lean on, like, you know,
Mhm.
and that person might already be in your life, but they could be somebody new too. Like,
Mhm.
I don't like to say either, and I know that sounds like a cop out, you know? But it's
No,
because
but
I
it's
don't
also like you can only tell so much.
yeah, like I can tell you what I know, and that's, an older, wiser, masculine energy. That's, um
Cool.
a month-long vacation in July. Yeah, just vacation.
Oh,
It's fine.
that would be nice.
So we are on to September.
September,
September.
beginning of the fall. Usually like the month of like October is like the worst month of the year. January and October are my two least favorite months of the year because they're
Interesting.
usually like yeah, because January is always like people are just kind of getting back into work and so
Yeah.
on. So like my both my industries are still sleeping. And
Yeah.
so January is always the month where I'm like, what the fuck am I doing with my existence? Like what is wrong and blah 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 because I survive on external stimulus and
Yeah.
so everybody's still resting. And so that's what January is. And then October, it's kind of like it's starting to get cold and then, auditions reduce a little bit because
Mm.
heading to Christmas season, like nobody is filming anything. And so
Gotcha.
again, it's like, what the fuck am I doing with my life and blah blah blah,
That
all that
makes
stuff.
I mean, that makes sense. I don't know a whole lot about the industry in terms of acting, so that's something new for me. I wouldn't necessarily know that. But that's a really great point. And moving into the
Yeah,
fall and just the way the industries kind of work together. Um,
yeah.
so yeah. What did I
So
just say?
September, yes,
Oh, yes. I'm like, I already put it down. What is it?
yes.
Just look at the screen. It is the Nine of Wands, another fire. I'm not surprised that we've pulled, how three fires already.
This year's
Um,
all fire.
yeah, which is a fantastic place to be. It's fire,
Yeah.
two earth cards. Those two are my favorite. Don't tell anybody, they're my favorites. And so because that's kind of where I live is earth and fire. Uh
Yes,
and so that's pretty big. The 9 of
that's
wands
awesome.
represents almost the end of that journey. So we chose the 10 of wands for this month.
Hmm.
Um, so I think that that's referring to other things that are wrapping up and stuff. But by the time September comes around, that 9, you are on the move, and that's why I love
Hmm.
this card because like that motion in this card, like it's a horse just holding all of its wand, all of its power, and it's just moving forward.
Nice.
And it's almost to the end of a journey. So anything that starts this year, I'm gonna go ahead and say like September is where you're gonna have to keep pushing. Um,
Hmm.
it can mean perseverance through the situation. Because
Hmm.
again, in numerology, 1 through 10 is the journey. 1 is the beginning,
Yeah,
10 is the end of the journey. And 9, like,
yeah,
it's just like you just got to persevere a little bit
that's
further.
right.
Um,
All right, so September, guys, you're gonna have to help me persevere. Okay, it's the
yes,
month of perseverance.
yes, absolutely, absolutely. Now I'm excited. I
I'm
don't
just
want to
using
move.
this tarot session to like prepare my community for like how they're gonna support me
Yes.
emotionally over the next year.
No, I did mine a bit ago as well. And I'm like, when I looked back at last year's, because I did one of these for myself last year, it's
Nice.
crazy how it lined up. And it's things
Hmm.
out of your control. It's not like, oh, I did that. Like I broke up with somebody or, you know what I mean? Like it
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah,
stuff that I imposed that ended
yeah.
up totally being the theme of the month. So
Hmm.
I tried not to look at it constantly because then sometimes I'm like, is this a self-fulfilling prophecy? Like,
Sometimes I'm sure some of it is like we do these things to ourselves like we
yeah,
you know but it can work out for the better or for the worse. Like it can be a good thing where you're like, oh, okay, this card said that this month's gonna be prosperous, so obviously this month's gonna be prosperous, and then you crush it because it's a self-fulfilling prophecy.
right. And it's
you
like
know
yeah, it could go either way. So I try not to like read into it too much, but also
mm-hmm.
at the end of the month I would look back and be like, "Oh yeah, I guess that was right." So, it's
Yeah,
interesting.
it's
Okay, so
very interesting.
September was 9 of wands. October is the 10 of cups.
Whoa, we just had we had the King of Cups earlier.
We did have the King of Cups. We did. So the Ten of
Cool.
Cups again is I love look how pretty this card is.
So
Those are
pretty.
herons, I think. Are they herons?
Yeah, herons,
I
that's
think
right.
oh thank you. Um and I love this card because it's just like so full of energy. And that's,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, quite literally the cups card, emotions, all the things. So you were saying that October can sometimes be like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah.
But this time, like this time, meaning October, this
Mm-hmm.
coming October
Mm-hmm.
might be the perfect time for you to just sit back with your emotions. Um,
And just chill.
and just chill and do what you can for yourself, because this one literally is the end of that journey. It is the happiness. It is the, like I said at the very beginning, the synchronicity. One of the words that comes
Yeah.
up for this is alignment. Like,
Right. Oh, I love that word.
so October, I think for you this year, I didn't pull a fire card. It's not an action card. This is a sit back and just be with your emotions and enjoy the happiness. So,
Mm-hmm.
and I would have said that regardless of what you just said to me about October. It's doesn't
That's
change what the
nice. Guys,
card
we're
is.
gonna have a non-typical October this year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hopefully all the changes that have occurred over this year.
Mm-hmm.
It's so hard to talk
Mm-hmm.
in future tense and present tense and
Yeah.
past tense. Like I pulled a card
And all of
for
the listen, time is not even linear. We experience it linearly, but it's not.
it's not
It's not actually
timey
linear.
wimey. I agree.
Yeah.
I 100% agree.
It's a big blender full of strawberries and toast and random things. It's all together at the same
I love strawberries and toast.
time. It's okay, actually, okay, here's one thing. Actually, have you ever had like mushed strawberries? I'm not talking strawberry jam. Like mushed strawberries and toast is delicious. Archaic it is the simulation. It is. Where it's all in our heads. Time is
Yeah.
not linear.
Blue pill or red pill?
That's right.
But actually, okay, so I love jam. I love jam.
Jam.
So I'd probably love that. But for whatever reason, when you said strawberries and toast, I'm just picturing like normal toast with like strawberries on the plate next to it. I'm like, well, that's a strange.
Yeah, that's a very bland way to experience toast.
Yes,
Just on its own, nothing on top, no butter, nothing.
nothing. But that's what I
Yeah,
pictured.
it's
So
fine.
that makes more sense now.
It's okay. I mean,
So
maybe
yeah,
you like plain toast.
I don't mind it. It's not the worst, but I would like it better with strawberries on it. Um,
Same.
but I do
So that
think,
was that was October.
yeah, October definitely. 10 of Cups is sitting with your happiness. What else? I can't read because it's small.
Mhm.
Um, domestic harmony is one of the words that come up for that
Whoa.
too. So that's really interesting because cups cards have to do with relationships too and emotions. And so maybe there's some stuff going on where you're just emotionally like totally fulfilled with the people in
Oh,
your
that's
life, whether
nice.
it's romantic or platonic or whatever. I think that speaks to that too, actually.
Yeah,
I do.
that's really nice.
Okay, we have two more. Two more
Ah,
cards.
two more
Okay.
cards until we end this year, you
Yes.
guys.
So this card looks scary. It's not as scary as it looks. It is the Five
That's
of
what Erin
Pentacles.
always says before the card is about to tell me that I'm gonna die.
No, we pulled the Death card, but it's okay.
Yes. Oh,
Um,
that looks beautiful.
so yeah, the Five of Pentacles is what we just pulled up. Again, another Pentacles card, a lot of Earth cards, a lot of Earth and a lot of fire this coming year. So
Mhm.
this card,
Mhm.
fives in tarot, always represent change or
Yes.
transition. Um,
Yes.
in general, and so I think this card is a little dramatic because it
Just like me.
because I feel like this person in this card is like drowning, right?
Mhm.
It can mean financial scarce, it can mean financial instability. Um, but quite literally, this card is like you're drowning. I think that it
Right.
looks a little bit scary, and I don't think that it literally means that. You know what I mean? Like the total
Yeah.
financial breakdown. I don't think so. I think
Mhm.
it other than drowning, I feel like maybe feeling a little underwater. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that for me describes this a little bit more than the world is ending and everything's drowning. You know?
Yes. Just feeling a little bit of the pressure. Feeling it.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And this one can also mean a little bit of isolation. So I think that
Mhm.
in the time of October where
Or
hopefully
November rather, no?
Well, yes, but what I was gonna say was
Oh, sorry.
going back into October when you have taken the time to successfully be like, "Huh, this has been a really cool year, and I'm here, and I'm emotionally fulfilled." Try not to go too deep into that. I feel like this is telling you, like, yes, take the time. Don't take all of October, but yes, take the time to do it. And oh my
Mhm.
goodness, Jessica, thank you so much for I think they bought a tarot reading. Um,
Oh,
thank
nice.
you
That's
so
nice.
much. I appreciate you. So like that's maybe don't take all of October to bask in your happiness. Um,
Mhm.
because that could put you into isolation. Um,
Mhm.
especially in terms of money and things, you know.
Mhm. Mhm.
So obviously make sure your shit is taken care of, uh, and try not to isolate yourself in that month. But you know what's interesting?
Yeesh.
When I do these types of readings, November and December typically get a lot of those types of cards. They're fear,
Yeah.
anxiety, isolation, depression, and honestly, I don't terribly experience this, but a lot of people experience that when they're traveling and they're not near their family for the holidays. Um,
Mhm.
and so this probably isn't going to be what you want to hear, but that month might not be good for you to travel
Mhm.
for the holidays.
Okay.
Because
That's in
it's
November.
it's about money. So
Yeah.
it might be kind of a hard time to be traveling when you're not necessarily near your family. So that's,
Got it.
that's something because of what I know about you, but you know what
Mhm.
I mean? Like that
Yeah.
isolation might have something to do with that.
Yeah.
Be on the lookout for that for sure.
I
Um,
will be on the lookout for that. Thank you.
yeah. So,
Last one.
last card. Yes, last card. Ooh,
Final card of this reading, ladies and gentlemen.
and I love this card to death. Oh, I have fallen behind on all the cards. Trisha's like, I
2 months ago, last month.
okay, 2 months. Last month. Okay. I accidentally let them pile up. So
Okay.
this card looks scary. Again, this card looks scary. It's not scary.
Okay.
This is
It
the
looks like,
Ace of
wow, lots is
Wands.
going on.
Yes, this is the Ace of Wands. Again, a ton of fire, a ton of earth this year. Um, so the aces are the one card of every single suit. So the
Mhm.
one
Mhm.
represents, okay, yeah, you understood. It
Yeah,
represents
totally.
the beginning of another journey. So we have pulled the 10 of Wands, the 2 of Wands, the 9 of Wands, and the Ace of Wands. There's going to
We're
be a,
starting a million new journeys this year.
yeah, you're starting a lot and you're ending some too. But December is
Mhm.
going to be the quote birth of another new passion project. And again, it's probably your career. You know what I mean? Like,
Listen, I hope all of these like starts and ends are just starts and ends of like productions. You know what I mean? Film
yes,
productions or something. It's like that's what that actually means. You
yes,
know?
that's what I think it means too in terms of your life and the career that you have. That's exactly what I think. And
Yeah.
that comes with ups and downs, being employed and then not employed. And like that is really
Totally.
stressful. So I
Mhm.
can see where literally half your cards are fire, half your cards are earth because your whole life is literally getting taking your passions, getting jobs using them, paying the bills. That's
Yeah.
and all at the same time trying to take care of your mental and physical health in between. Like that's
Yeah.
so I'm not
It's
surprised that this is what's
so
coming
hard
up.
human, isn't it? It's really hard. There's a lot you gotta do as
Yes.
an individual. It's like how do people even make babies when you can't even it's hard to maintain yourself.
Yes. I agree. I have no idea. I could still hear you. You were yelling so I could hear you.
Yes, I was yelling. It's probably for the best. Cheer goddess, thank you so much for the follow.
uh, so yes, the ace again, this card for me is it's misleading because this card at its very base is all about manifestation and starting a new passion project. But I don't
Hmm.
know, this card doesn't feel like that when you look at it. Like
No, it looks yeah, no, it does
sh-
not feel like that.
she looks unhealthy,
Yeah,
maybe dead. I don't know.
yeah.
And then but
She
the
looks like she's
part
getting dragged down. Like the yeah, like
yeah,
oh, I some reason I thought that the eye was like something underground, but that's like a human. She looks
yes.
straight up
Yeah.
deceased.
Yeah. She's looking up and the bird is like building on top of her.
Wow.
And
Okay. Cool.
I'm like, "Whoo, this card is heavier than I think it needs to be."
Yes,
Like
it's quite heavy.
it's quite heavy, but the thing is that it's at its root, it's not, huh, no pun intended. Um,
Mhm.
at its root, but it's not heavy. It's a good card. It's the like I said, it's the manifestation of a new beginning. So even
Got it.
though your October and November might be a little different than normal, that just means the December is going to pay off and it's going to set you off into 2024 even better, I think.
Right
Um,
on.
which is crazy because we pulled again this month we pulled the 10 of wands, which is the end of the
Yep.
journey, and then
Yep.
by 12 months from now it'll be a whole new thing.
Kidding.
Um and so yeah, I'll type all this out for you, uh
Yes, please, please,
that
because
way
there
you
was
have it.
a lot of stuff said.
Yes, yes, there is a lot.
So,
I will do my best to type
so
out everything, and I'm going to stream for a couple hours, so it'll be later, but I'll do my
yeah, no
best
problem.
to
Same. Yeah, we're gonna get to music after this. So
yes.
yeah.
So yeah, do you have any questions before I ask a
No, does
question?
Chad have any questions?
Does anybody have any
Is there
questions?
anything that I should is there anything that I should be aware of, something I should avoid, or anything?
That's a great
Thank you,
question.
Fernando.
That is a great question. In terms of this reading, I think that the only thing I would double down on is the whole isolation thing that coming
Mm.
up with the with which card was it? It was in November.
Mhm.
But I feel like because of who you are, you don't
Mhm.
seem like you naturally isolate.
I don't like to isolate. So you're saying, are you saying
Okay.
isolate or don't isolate?
No, I was going to say it just seems to be that like one card that really said that. So I was going to say try not to if you naturally do, but you don't seem like you do that.
No, no, I don't. No, I don't function well when I'm isolated for sure.
Okay.
So, all right. So your advice would be just don't isolate. Like
Yeah.
be connected with others and
Yes, continue
cool.
to stay connected. Especially as you transition into doing a couple of these big things that you're going to be doing. Um
Hopefully they'll be big things. We'll see, won't we?
yeah. So I don't know how much you've told your community, so I won't like blah say anything out loud, but
Mhm. It's fine. I've told them that we're planning a move to LA.
okay.
We are or to the states. We are terrified of all of the things. Not really sure what I'm gonna do when I get. It's not like I'm going because I have all the list of agents that I want to meet. I pretty much just want to go there and work with the few people that I've met, and meet new people through them. Streaming is gonna be my main job while I'm there. So that's so we're trying to hit some we're trying to make partner, trying to do a bunch of things before we head out. Like, do you know what I mean? So there's
Yes.
a lot of stuff coming down the pipe that they're aware of and that they've been very emotionally supportive of.
So
Ye.
I think that all of that fits in with everything
Yeah,
that came up. So do you know exactly when you're going to be literally moving?
I was hoping for February. I
Okay.
literally, like, I haven't looked on my phone, but I might have gotten a text from the apartment that I was hoping to go to sorry rent out. We'll see.
Mhm.
Like, I don't know. But
Right.
yes, so my plan was mid February if I find.
Gotcha.
Yes.
So that pretty much
Yes.
tracks with, February was the choices.
Yep.
And so that doesn't surprise me that and hopefully that's exactly what happens is that the place you want, you get the first try. Um, but yeah, February is all about planning. So I think that that's very, and any of those ones that were coming up even after February could represent that big move. Like
Yeah, totally.
this the stability of finances or throwing everything up in the air. It could be that, it could be the creativity, it could be the transition, it
Yes.
could literally be any of these. um
Yes.
so I would say one other thing would be make sure you have no realistic expectations for the year.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I'm not expecting to like win an Oscar by the end of the year. My goal for this year is to be able to be a fully
Yeah.
self-sustaining person in, in this move, while not having to, like, just work as a cashier or something. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
just have my work sustain my individual living
Yes.
needs, and that's my goal. And I've tried to set it as realistically as possible. No, I don't want to break bank or anything. I mean, I want to, but
Right.
what I will consider as a success is if I'm not, like, calling my mom and being like, "Can you send me $100 for groceries?" You know what I mean?
Yes. I mean, I totally feel that. Like 100%. I am so bad at asking for help. I'm really bad at asking for
Yeah.
help.
Hmm.
Terrible, the worst.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
usually when I'm struggling the most, my parents are like, "Okay, but like, are you good?"
Yeah, and you're like,
Like,
"That's fine. I'm fine. Don't talk to me."
like I'm fine. I mean, I could use some food, but I'm fine.
Literally, like, I'm not crying because I'm hungry. I'm
And trust me, it
fine.
doesn't
The life of a creative.
literally. I mean, I have been a full-time musician. And even when I had a day job, it was at the company that I worked for as a musician.
Nice.
I just did social media and stuff. So like I
Cool.
still was a full-time musician. I was a full-time musician starting in 2010 and
Oh wow.
I
What?
have been ever since. I haven't done anything but music or
You
music
look
adjacent
22.
thing. Oh my
So you were
god.
you were working as a musician at 12? Like I don't
Yeah.
understand.
Uh-huh.
Yes, yes, that is the narrative. Yes.
Yes, that is my narrative. That is my truth.
I
Um
was a full-time working human at 12 years old.
no, I'm 34. I just turned 34.
Wow.
Thank you. I like
Crushing it, Erin.
you're welcome here anytime. You ain't got to do anything.
Please come give me comments.
Yeah. Oh, Jed, yeah, I'm the worst accepting help. I am it's asking for help and accepting help are two separate things and I'm kind of bad at both of them. Uh
Yeah. Oh, thank you, horror host. I appreciate those kind words. You're all being so lovely. Thank you.
yeah.
Everybody's like, "Don't worry, you're gonna do fine." And then you move and stuff. They're all being so sweet. Thank you guys.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
And
Appreciate it.
honestly being a full-time like I've been a full-time streamer since the I went full-time in January of 2021, but I
Nice.
started in April of 2020. So
Nice.
it's a lot, but obviously
Hmm.
you're more than capable of doing it. I have
Thank
faith that
you.
if you put all of that effort into streaming, you're gonna just
I actually do. I want to. I
yeah.
was just looking today. I was like, so every now and then I'll like watch a few minutes of my stream and then watch a few minutes of somebody else's stream.
Mhm.
And like I felt like so right now I'm definitely like in a place where I'm trying to make the stream the best it can be technologically and in
Yeah.
terms of content and everything. That's why doing stuff like this is like really awesome because it's different and it's new and it's
Mhm.
fresh and I hope everybody here enjoyed it. I know
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah, and
Um,
I was going to pull before we go, I was going to pull those couple of cards that I talked about at the beginning.
right.
Just so you can see
We
them.
got two more cards. We got two more.
Um, well, technically it's four,
Mhm.
3, no, 4.
Mhm.
I have to find them though. I didn't want to pull them
No
out of the
worries.
deck. In the case that they came up, you know,
Yeah.
I didn't want that.
Nope, we
So
don't want
I'm
that.
okay. So we got one here. There is the Chariot. This was the universal card that I was talking about.
Mhm. Yes.
Success, forward motion, all the things.
Yes, that's for everybody here.
Again, for everybody, yes. And
Mhm.
I absolutely adore that card. It's like
Mhm.
I just hear
It's just it makes me happy to look at it.
it's just a party. That's just
Yeah, it's a party.
it's a party card. Like
Total party.
I love it. So let me find the others. Of course, they're going to be like the last thing in the deck, you know, because
Mhm. Thanks for the
that's
follow, Ken.
okay. Here is the Emperor card, and you know what's great
Yes.
about it is it doesn't really exude a ton of masculine energy.
Not really when I look at it.
It's stability. It's you
Yeah.
know. Oh, I have made a damn mess in front of me.
Mhm.
It is practicality and dependability and stability, and I love that card because it's not
Love that.
particularly masculine. Um,
Mhm.
let's see.
That's
Again,
beautiful.
they're going to be the last cards in this deck. I'm telling you,
Mhm.
or I'm going to have missed it. One of the two. How dare they're really good. Okay, so I found the Lovers
Okay, good.
card.
I hope just for you, I hope the fool comes up. I hope.
Oh yeah, I did pass the Fool. I did.
'Cause
So this is the Lovers card,
yes.
which is the Gemini card, but also one of your personal year cards. So there is
Mhm.
gonna be a thematic thing going on of partnership.
I
So but it doesn't
that's very
necessarily mean romantic. I mean, it could totally mean
no,
romantic,
no, but
but
it could mean anything in career. But like for me, it's like if I thrive in a team environment. So like if I feel like I'm working with somebody towards a unified goal, that's just the best version of me. You know what I mean?
yes, because collaborations are like the best way to wake up something in your brain that you didn't even realize was there.
Yeah, totally.
And I love it. Oh, Twitch partnership. Hey, that could be partnership is what that
Oh,
means.
shoot, yum! Are you partner, Erin?
I am.
Oh, nice. Good for you. We're
Thank
aiming
you.
for that this year.
Yes,
That's our goal. Um,
absolutely.
I
That's
was
a great way
talking
to put it, Sean.
pardon?
Because Sean in my chat said Twitch partnership, like partners, that's quite a literal take, but hey, the
It's
word
a little
partnership,
maybe that very well be what I mean.
it
You
could
know?
be because it is your card and it is your personal card too this year. And
Fingers
then
crossed, yo.
and then I think this is the only way to end this is because it's my favorite card in the whole deck. It's the reason why I bought the deck. One of your other personal year cards was the Devil card.
Yeah.
Now look at this fucking adorable card.
It's a beautiful card. Obviously the name is a little terrifying, but the
Yeah.
card is beautiful.
But the Devil just honestly is about like taking the mask off and understanding that it's an illusion. If you put the mask on, you have the power to take it off.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about this card. It's just one of my favorite things. Like that card is literally the reason I bought this deck. Hands down, no shame. Yeah, the little cat is pretending to put a little human mask on.
I didn't even realize it was a cat.
Yeah, there's a cat in the back and there's a cat putting the mask on. And so
That's beautiful.
that's my Capricorn card.
Yeah.
For my zodiac. Yeah, that is one of your personal cards too. So that it was that whole routine thing. Like
Cool.
living outside of the illusion that you have these rules, which
Yeah.
routine is good, but you don't need to overdo it sometimes.
It's true. It's totally true.
You don't
We
always
need
have to
overdo it.
reinvent the
Don't
wheel.
overdo your routines, guys. Hi, ill will.
Yeah. So that's finally how many cards? That's 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 cards technically. I was like, we'll be like here for 45 minutes maybe. It's been like an
but
hour
then we were
and 20.
easily here for an hour. Thank you
It's
so
fine.
much, Erin. This is really awesome. One more time, guys, if you want to have a read done for yourself or other amazing music, please follow Erin. You can command Erin in the chat. And Erin, thank you so much for taking the time to do this with us today. This was so much fun.
Yes,
very
thank
informative.
you.
I'm excited to document so I can study it over the next year.
Yeah, and I totally lost the name of the person who gifted it through your community.
Bubble Rhapsody.
Bubble. That's exactly. I was like, I couldn't. So I want to say thank you to them again. I don't know if they're present anywhere, but I want to say thank you again for purchasing the reading as a gift to Malayka.
Before you head out.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Before you head out, Fensible, thank you so much for that resub. Archaic is asking if he can see the Fool card from the deck. He just wants to take a little look at it.
Sure. The Fool card is so fantastic in this deck. It's really cute. I think you'll laugh. I think if you think about the animal that's featured in this card, I think everybody will understand the energy of the Fool.
Okay.
It's the perfect animal to Nope. It's the only other black card in the whole deck. There's 2 black cards in this deck, and of course I pulled the other one out. Yeah, it's that one.
Yeah.
So take a look at this card and picture.
Let's see. Oh, it's a ferret!
Yes. So
there you have it.
That is the Fool card in this deck. This is called the Hush Tarot deck. Hush by Jeremy Hush. Yeah, and so that's exactly the energy, right? Of like the Fool is like the first card in every single tarot deck. They are about to embark on this giant journey of life. They're naive. They are the Fool, and simply because they haven't experienced anything yet. That is the beginning of a journey. And it also can mean adventure and spontaneity. So I feel like a ferret, that's brilliant.
It totally represents a Fool.
I love it.
Thank you so much for showing us that. That's really awesome.
Yeah, of course. And thank you again for being like, oh my God, I want a tarot read, and oh my God, I'm gonna do it live. Like, This
Obviously.
was out of the box for me. So thank you.
Same. This is my first co-stream. I think it was a massive success.
Yeah.
You guys are the coolest. Thank you so much.
Thank
Erin,
you.
have a lovely rest of your
Thank
stream.
you. You too. And
And
y'all, go follow Malayka. Go follow
go
her.
follow
There is a
Erin.
follow button on my stream. If you're on desktop, there is a dynamic follow button on the screen, or you can do command
Oh,
chat
cool.
in my chat and it'll
How do
bring
you
up
do those?
it's an extension. I will show you how.
Cool. Yeah, I'm probably gonna. There's so many things I want to ask you about.
Yes.
This guy, but
I am an open book in terms of anything technology, tarot, whatever. I'm here. Hi. It's me.
beautiful.
So yeah, I'm an open
Thank
book.
you, Erin.
Yeah, and I hope you have a lovely stream as well. And I'm sure we'll be talking soon.
Yes, we'll be talking soon. Have a great rest of your stream. And Steven,
Thank
thank
you.
you for that resub. Bye,
Bye.
Erin.